Welcome to the Profitable Wellbeing Podcast, the podcast dedicated to helping wellness business owners and entrepreneurs better understand their finances and increase profitability. Dream big and create meaningful business plans and plan exit strategies for long-term financial success. Now, let me introduce you to your host, Nicola D. Cross.
Hi, and welcome back to episode 9 of the Profitable Wellbeing Podcast. And in today's episode, I'm talking about the power of personal branding. And by getting this right, we can show up as our authentic self. Clients spend money with owners they identify with. This in turn increases revenue, which in turn increases your financial confidence. Marketing your business effectively often starts with a deeper journey, understanding and embracing your unique identity. Whilst marketing is usually thought of in terms of company and product branding, personal branding can be the foundation that unites these elements, enhancing your visibility, credibility, and confidence. A personal brand is more than just self-promotion. It's an alignment between your personal values, strengths, and unique interests, allowing you to connect with your audience authentically. When you're clear on your personal identity, marketing feels more natural, purposeful, and true to you. In this episode, we'll explore 5 key strategies for building a personal brand that is authentic and impactful. Grab your notebooks and a coffee, and let's jump straight in. My first strategy is identify your own core values and beliefs. Values and beliefs are the bedrock of any personal brand. These are the principles that guide your decisions, define your purpose, and shape the way that you interact with the world. When you align your brand with these core values, you create a sense of trust and consistency. But why do values matter in personal branding? Consider your values as your internal compass. They are what you turn to when making tough decisions or setting long-term goals. For example, if integrity is one of your core values, it will influence how you conduct business, perhaps communicate with your clients, and make ethical decisions. Aligning your personal brand with the values helps you avoid any sense of acting. Now, the steps to consider when you need to identify your values and beliefs. First of all, make a list of all of your personal key values. Start by listing the qualities that matter most to you. Think about words like integrity, empathy, creativity, or perhaps resilience. Next, reflect on past decisions you've made. Consider those times when you felt strongly about a choice you've had to make. What beliefs guided you to those decisions? These insights will help you reveal your core values. And then finally, pick 2 or 3 values, narrowing the list down to the most important ones, and let these serve as the foundations of your personal brand identity. When you're clear on your values, your branding, messaging, and interactions will align more naturally. Second strategy, showcase your unique strengths and skills. Your skills and strengths are part of what makes you distinctive and unique. They are your sparkle, what clients remember about you. Embracing these as part of your brand not only helps you stand out, but also helps you build confidence. When you are clear about what you are bringing to the table, you are better equipped to convey the values to others. Now let's consider why skills are essential to your brand. Think about the times when you've been asked, what do you do? People want to know what you're good at and how you can help them. Knowing your strengths and presenting them confidently is key to making a positive impression. Skills and strengths aren't limited to technical abilities. They include personal qualities that impact your work, like resilience or empathy. How to showcase your skills. First of all, identify your key skills. Start by listing both your hard skills, like maybe you're good at finances or writing or strategic planning, and your soft skills, perhaps communication, adaptability, or teamwork. Next, get feedback from others. Sometimes we're not fully aware of our strongest qualities. Ask your friends or a colleague what they see as your top strengths. And then finally, highlight your personal signature skills. Choose 2 or 3 signature strengths that are central to your brand. These will be the skills you emphasize in your brand messaging. Strategy 3, share your interests and passions beyond your business. Sharing interests outside of work gives people a fuller picture of who you are. They're your X factor. Showing a bit of your personality and hobbies creates a sense of relatability, making you more memorable and helping others to feel a personal connection with you. Why interests matter in personal branding. Your audience is made up of people who have their own diverse interests, and they'll connect with a person they can relate to. Sharing aspects of yourself outside of work, whether it's a passion for chickens, dogs, or gardening, makes you feel real and accessible to them. The steps you need to take to integrate your personal interests into your personal brand: choose a few of your interests to highlight. Pick 1 or 2 interests or hobbies or things you genuinely feel excited about. These should be your hobbies or your passions, but they fit naturally with your brand identity. Personally, I love my chickens and my dogs, and you'll see those flashing through my socials. Secondly, showcase these interests occasionally. Share on your stories, your images, or experiences which relate to these interests on social media or in the conversations that you're talking about. These show you're a well-rounded person and add depth to your brand. For instance, if you love outdoor adventures, you might share a photo of a recent hike. This subtle addition can resonate with others or clients who share a similar passion for the outdoors or for fitness. Strategy 4, develop a consistent visual identity. Visual consistency is an essential part of building a recognizable personal brand. Your choice of colors, fonts, and images should reflect your personality and create a cohesive look across all of your materials. Think of it as the aesthetic side of your brand, one that reinforces your visual identity. Why is visual identity key to your personal brand, though? Just like you recognize brands for their logos, colors, or perhaps fonts, people will associate your personal brand with specific visual elements. When you maintain a consistent look, you make it easier for others to remember who you are. Things you consider when you're building your visual brand: create a mood board. Collect images or colors and styles that resonate with your own personality or your own values. These can help you visualize a coherent style. Select some key design elements. Decide on a color palette and fonts that represent your brand. Use the psychology color wheel to ensure your colors identify with your brand. For instance, if your personal brand is about calm or mindfulness, cool blues and greens might be suitable. Greens represent health and nurture, whilst blue promotes confidence and purpose. Apply them consistently. Use these colours and fonts and styles across your profiles, your presentations, and any brand content you create. This builds a sense of familiarity for your audience. And 5, communicate your story. Storytelling is perhaps the most compelling part of your brand. It's your journey, complete with your ups and your downs, that make you relatable and show your audience why you're passionate about what you do. Why your story matters. Stories are so powerful because they help us understand the why behind what somebody does. When you share pivotal moments in your journey, you offer insights into your values, your motivations, and your goals. This isn't just background information, it's a way to connect with your audience on a much deeper level. First of all, identify some key moments in your journey. Reflect on a significant experience that shaped who you are. These could be the turning points in your career, personal challenges, or achievements. Create the narrative. Highlight the lessons learned and how these experiences align to your values. Your story doesn't need to be too long. A few sentences will capture the essence of your journey, and that's often more than enough. and share yourself authentically. Integrate elements of your story into all of your content. Share these experiences where they naturally fit, whether it's on your website, in speeches, or in social media posts. Finally, I recommend you create yourself a personal SWOT analysis. Creating a personal SWOT analysis is an incredibly effective way to gain clarity on your unique strengths, identify potential areas for growth, and map out opportunities and threats that could impact your future success. To start with, draw a grid with 4 sections labelled strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Under strengths, focus on what you do best. List skills, positive traits, and personal resources that give you an advantage or a competitive edge. For example, if you're a great communicator or have strong knowledge of a particular niche, jot these ideas down. Weaknesses, identify any skills or habits that could be limiting you. Are there areas where you lack experience and need further training? Be honest with yourself. This section is for identifying what you might need to do to improve or where you might need to get further support. The opportunities, look outside of yourself and find new avenues for growth. Are there emerging trends in the wellness industry you could be capitalizing on? Or are there networks you could be tapping into? This is where you're going to brainstorm the ideas that are going to be able to expand and evolve your business. And finally, 4, the threats. List any external factors that might challenge your goals. These could be competitive pressures, industry challenges, or financial limitations. By recognizing these ahead of time, that you can help prepare strategies to minimize their impact. By completing a personal SWOT analysis, you'll get a holistic view of where you stand and can use the insight to build a more focused and strategic personal brand. If you would like a SWOT analysis template, send me a DM or comment on the post and I'll ensure you get one sent over. To wrap up, it's key to build a personal brand from within. Crafting a personal brand that is rooted in your core identity doesn't just make marketing easier, it empowers you with a clear sense of purpose and confidence. By aligning your brand with your values, strengths, and unique interests, you can attract the right audience and make a lasting impact. As I often say, being an entrepreneur, you're juggling many hats. But remember that personal branding is a journey. It's less about creating a brand from scratch and more about revealing who you truly are. Embrace this journey, be true to yourself, and watch as your personal brand starts to resonate authentically with those around you, and you attract more of your ideal clients to your business, which in turn increases your revenue and your profitability.
Thank you for listening to the Profitable Wellbeing Podcast. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow or subscribe, share this podcast, and leave a rating and review. To discover more about how you can better understand your finances and increase profitability, dream big, and create meaningful business plans and plan exit strategies for long-term financial success, I invite you to book a discovery call with Nicola at nicoladcross.co.uk. See you again soon.